Good morning. Let me ask you a question, shop owners and managers. Have you ever talked yourself out of doing the right thing? So you know what the right thing is to do, and yet you do something different, or you may actually do the wrong thing, knowing full well that it's wrong. We hear this a lot in our training sessions every week with owners, managers, leaders, and it is most prevalent when it comes to terminating a toxic employee. I will hear you guys and girls twist yourself into pretzels to justify keeping an employee who's a malcontent, who is disruptive, who creates chaos, who sucks the energy out of the building, especially if that employee makes you money.
You know I got it, if you wanna come get it, stand next to this money line. Hey, hey, I'm your money maker.
I call this the fear of firing, and it is based in part on these owner fears. I will lose money if I terminate this employee. I will have to rent or work the front counter if I terminate this employee. I will lose employees who are friends of the fired employee if I fire them. I will not be able to find fired employees' replacement if I fire them. And I will lose fired employee to my competitor. These are all part of the fear that keeps owners and managers stuck with a toxic employee. And those fears are fueled by denial. The employee will get better. Yeah, it's not as bad as it seems. Hey, everything will work itself out. I don't have time to address this. Other shops have the same issue. This keeps us stuck with a toxic employee. The employee will get better? No, they won't. It's not as bad as it seems? Yes, it is. Everything will work itself out? No, it will not. I don't have time to address this. Yes, you do. Other shops have this same issue. No, they don't. And even if they do, just because the other shop is having this issue doesn't mean you have to join them. Misery does not like company. So the justification for keeping a toxic employee on your staff is that they make you money. Okay, but wait, there's more to this. Michelle Duffy is a professor at the Carlson School of Management at the University of Minnesota, and she says it eloquently. Even if a toxic employee is your top performer and brings in more money than anyone else, the toll can be massive. They can damage the bottom line through lost work hours, people avoiding the toxic employee, talking about the toxic employee. They're afraid to deal with the toxic employee and watching others be harmed by the toxic employee. The actual cost of a toxic employee to your shop is massive. Toxic employee contaminates the group, hurts the team's performance, kills employee morale, keeps quality applicants from applying, discredits the leadership. All of this adds up to 30% of that employee's first-year wages, according to the U.S. Department of Labor. There is statistical evidence to support that there is a massive amount of revenue lost with a toxic employee. Remember that what you allow is what will continue, and what continues will escalate. You cannot possibly build a dream team with a nightmare employee. This is very simple at the end of the day. You get what you demand, and you encourage what you tolerate. Don't let an employee pee on you and tell you it's raining. So what's the litmus test? How do you know if the decision you're making is right? Ask yourself these questions. Is terminating the employee the right thing to do? Does it support your shop's vision, mission, and guiding principles? Those things you took so much time and resources to build, the moral and ethical foundation of your business, the reason you're even in business, because it sure as heck isn't to make money and get rich. You'll be the first to testify to that. You know I'm right. Does terminating the employee have short-term pain and long-term gain? And finally, does terminating the employee serve the needs of the many? If the answer to these questions is yes, then it's time to have a conversation one-on-one with your toxic employee. Now, you may have had many conversations in the past, but this one has meaning. This is the last chance for this employee. And so let me give you an example of what this looks like. One-on-one, private conversation, look the employee in the eye and say, I love you, I care about you, I hired you because you have talent. You have come in and performed well and made this company money, but you have not performed well as a steward, as a shepherd of the people around you, your coworkers. Your behavior is disruptive, unpredictable. You are toxic, and you are destroying the foundation of the interaction and the team that we've created here. I have failed you as a leader, just as you have failed us as an employee. Starting today, I will fail you no more. I'm going to send you home right now and for 24 hours without pay. While you're home, I want you to write an action plan that is specific. The specific things you will do coming back to change your attitude, your level of communication, your engagement, to change the way you're engaging your coworkers. I will also create my own action plan, and we will share that tomorrow morning when and if you come in. Understand that if you do come back, there will be a zero tolerance. In other words, this is your really, really, really last chance. There are no more chances. If you violate this, again, you will be immediately terminated. I want you here, so does your team. We don't need you here. And for the next 24 hours, each of us is going to get used to the idea of not having each other in our lives. And regardless of your decision, whether you come back or not, I will still love you. Take from that what you will. I have a hard copy of that is part of the slide that I will share with you now. And you can look through that, take any notes. It basically follows the word tracks of what I've just said. Fundamentally, remember this more than any other thing. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one.
Live long and prosper.